We were at SBC, and I was in this play. It was a stupid play. It was called On the Mountain or some. I can't even remember. And it's funny. I didn't even. I mean, I really liked it, and I wanted to love it, but I didn't really love that experience. Later on in high school, I switched schools because Mom wanted me to take drama class, and that's why I went to Olive Branch, essentially, because they had one, and where I was going didn't have one. That's Mississippi for you. Yeah, so I started doing drama there, and I fell in love with it, and we started taking shows to competitions and at the state level, and we did pretty well. I ended up auditioning for the program at Millsaps College, which is a prominent school in Mississippi. It's a little liberal arts school. I did that on a whim, and I got a scholarship, and that's why I went to that school, and I wouldn't, I guess, be where I am today if I hadn't done that. So after that, I went to the only not-for-profit professional theater in Mississippi and worked there for a year, and I got a little bit disillusioned about it because I wasn't making any money. I was starving. But yeah, I had a weird experience with it, and then I ended up moving to DC and had a few more really sort of discouraging experiences, and I graduated college at 21, and so it was just, I was not emotionally prepared, I think, for what it takes to be able to do this. Your skin has to be so thick, you have to be so tough, and I wasn't. So that sort of led up to that period where I just started doing sort of the work that I do to support myself with acting now. But that's sort of the long and short of how I got here. I think that the average actor will tell you, you get callbacks for maybe 1 in 10 if you're a good actor. Maybe a little more than that, and then actually land roles maybe 1 in 20. That's if you're good. That's if you're really good. This makeup that I'm wearing right now is for the character Oswald that I play in King Lear, which is a wordless show. There's no text, no dialogue at all. It's set to an original score of music, and it's set very much in a different, it's sort of a recreation of the story, and it's basic. We were nominated for, I think, like 15 Helen Hayes Awards. For every nomination that it was capable of getting, it got. And I think we won like 3 or 4 of them, one of them being ensemble, which was one that I won since I was part of the ensemble. So that was pretty awesome, to just jump right into the DC area theater scene, and my first show won a Helen Hayes Award. So I mean, that was incentive for me to stick around with these people. But I juggle 3 jobs essentially. When I moved to DC, I didn't really think that I was going to pursue acting as a profession. It's something that I'd always loved, and I'd always been pretty good at and had an affinity for, but it wasn't something that I, at that time, thought that I wanted. And pretty quickly I figured out that was not the case. And so I had to make an adjustment, but while I was here, it's sort of like I was getting my own back in case I ever did want to come back to it, because I was learning a new skill set. I was doing camera work and television technical work in the broadcast level, with like Fox and with other people, Voice of America and stuff like that. Basically getting my foot in the door in that industry, which has since helped me support myself. But it's really hard. I do struggle for money a lot, and in a way I don't really care. I wish I didn't have to, but I'd do it anyway. It's one of those things where it's kind of like, damn the torpedoes, I'm going to do what I know is going to keep me sane and make me happy. And if that means that I'm not going to be a millionaire, fine. I don't really care that much about money anyway. I do care about being able to get by and being comfortable. Who doesn't? But, I think it's an understatement to say that this is not about the money.